Sound is on. You can hear me. All good. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see here. White balance on. Nice and sharp. Okay, here we go. I think we're working. So, this is what I like to do. I'll start. Click on the auto, see what it wants to do, and then I usually will reduce this, add some blacks in here, and then pull up the shadows. So I don't want to lose any shadow detail in her hair. I usually do 10 clarity, and then I come down here to the noise reduction, and I take that to 20. Now I'm editing everything in Lightroom first. Reduce my contrast. Yep. All right. Then once I do my basic edits here, I will right click, edit, and I usually do open as a smart object in Photoshop. And while I'm waiting for it to do that, what I like to do is I have shortcuts to create a second screen for it, and then I will go here, and that allows me to have two of the same, and then I will reduce the size of one so I can look at it small, and then on this side I can zoom in without having to zoom in and out while I'm working on. Then I will create a duplicate layer, go with my J tool, spot healing brush, take my stylus, go here on my, backwards. And I'm on my Wacom tablet here. I'll touch the thing, I'll hit OK on this, and then I have my little tool, and I can adjust the size using the brackets on my keyboard. I go through here and edit this stuff out. I like to get rid of just these little bitty hairs, and it keeps jacking with me there. I'll come over here, and I don't like this hair. And of course her skin is really good, so I usually don't have to mess with a lot of it. Some things over here on this side. Going through and removing just some small imperfections, nothing big. And we'll go down here. Should work. All right. So, and we'll also remove some textures when I do my frequency separation. So this here. All right. So I like to flatten all the time, so I will flatten this. I'll create another duplicate layer, and then I'll go up here to screen. And that'll increase the brightness. Then I'll come down here, hold down the Alt or Option key, and add a layer mask. Then I will get a brush, and I usually set my opacity at 25% and the flow at 25%. I'll come in here, and I'll paint with using white, my layer mask, to whiten her eyes and her irises. We'll go in here and we'll get this really fine detail. Just like so. Now, what we can do is we can click over here. And I can look on my left screen and I can see that it's quite a bit of a change. So I will change my opacity down to 50%. Because I don't like to overdo it, and you can still see it has some effect. And right there. All right. Then I will flatten. Oh, whoops, wrong screen. Come back over here and I'll flatten my image. And then I'll create 2 layers. I will uncheck this layer, make it not visible, go to this layer, and come up here to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and I want just enough blur to make it look a little blurry, not too much. And that usually is about 5, so I hit OK. Then I'll come up here, go ahead and make this layer visible again. Then I'll come up to Image, Apply Image. I will select Layer 1. Instead of on the blending mode, I'll select Subtract. Your scale is 2, your offset's 128. Hit OK. And if you're doing it right, it should look like this. And then you come over here to your blending options, and if you will select Linear Light, it should look exactly the same as it did. I've lost some followers, some watchers. There we go. Okay, then I'll select this layer, come up here and grab my lasso tool, and then I will draw on an area that I want. Then I'll go up here to my Gaussian blur again, and I will add just another. I usually go like to 9.0, and I still have texture. Okay, and then I usually will just take big sections of the face, go back to our blur again, and then go back here. Around that. Blur. I don't know if you can see this on YouTube, it might be a little, you might not be able to see a big difference. Oh, I'm sorry. Also, while I'm selecting this, there is a feather. The feather is at 40 pixels. If I were to hit my backslash, no. If I were to, which one is it? Okay, so we'll select the chin down here. No, it's not working. Go back to our Gaussian blur. Okay. And we'll slide down here to the neck area. Go to our Gaussian blur. Come over here. And I try to do this for all the skin so it looks consistent. All right. And then I will deselect. Then if I come up here to this layer, if you grab the clone stamp tool, and then you will select an area, hold down Alt for an area that you want to sample, and then you can get rid of little, uh-oh, what's going on here? Something's not right. Clone stamp, because all this is supposed to be doing, it's not supposed to be messing with the color. What do I do different? One copy, near light. Oh, instead of all layers, you use current layer only. That's the difference. So let's go back again. Come back up here. And now I'm not messing with the color. I'm just getting rid of little textures that I don't like. Let's see. And because her skin is basically perfect, you're not seeing me remove much. Let's see here. Let's see what it does. It's not looking like it's anything. Interesting. Current layer. I usually don't have to change any of that. Oh well. I'll be down here and see what this looks like. There we go. We're getting rid of it. The opacity and flow are just really low right now. And I don't like to mess with it, so it doesn't look like I erased so much or changed anything. There we go. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Oh, there's a spot I didn't like right here. Right here. There you go. All right. That looks good. And then I'll flatten it again. And then we'll do some dodging and burning. So I'll minimize this a little bit. I'll come down here to my adjustment layers and I'll go to curves. Now click on this little image here, finger, and I'm looking for that spot, highlight, right, on here. Right there, and then I can drag up, and you can see how it lightens that area right there. And then I hit Command I to invert the adjustment layer, and then I'll do another adjustment layer. This time I'm looking for a shadow right about there. Pull it down. See that her face gets darker. Hit Command I. That. Then I move to my brush tool. And all right, opacity is 25%. My flow is 25%. So and then I get a very soft brush, and then I'll increase the size of it, and I will paint in the areas that I want to add some softening to. And I like to do the lips here. Do something like this. And then we'll go over the eyes again, just really lightly. Come down here, the neck area. And you can see that it's doing just a little bit, not much. And then I'll come here, go to my dark areas, get all those eyebrows, go around in the. This gives a little bit more definition on our eyelashes. Work the contours. Kind of see there. I don't know if I ever get the eyebrows. There we go. And you can see, I don't know why it didn't work on the last one, but you can see where I've been painting. There. We're going to go back here, and I want to lighten some areas of her hair too. So we're losing some details. Right. Go back to our burn here. There we go. What I like to do now is I like to group these. Group from layers, hit OK, and then I like to see what it looks like before, after, before, after. It's all personal taste at this point. All right, and then I'll go to flatten, and then I'll go ahead and close this out. And then when I close it out again, it'll ask me, do you want to save? I hit save. Then I open up Lightroom again. And this was before, and here's the after. Nothing really drastic, which is kind of my editing style, if you guys know me. If I wanted to, I could maybe pull the shadows up a little bit more. And then maybe add a vignette. Or we can do it with a smaller vignette. And there we go. So before and after. All right. Well, thanks for helping me test my stream, and hopefully I can do some more of these in the future. Let me know if y'all have any questions.